Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning pre-market homework session and trade plan setup for Wednesday, April the 9th, 2014. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder and head moderator for Quantum Leap. We are a private organization. We are a self-organized learning environment. We've been around for about 4 years. We have a private Skype room that we talk about trading every day, and then every morning we come into this live go-to and set our charts up for our trading day. If you want more information, you can certainly give me an email. You can send me an email at d.mckay@stealthtrader.com. Before we get going, we need to do the disclaimer. Now, we do a regular routine each morning getting ready for our trading. So we start with the macro to the micro, and then we drill down to doing some in-depth chart analysis. If you're watching this on YouTube, you might want to just skip ahead and skip over the regular routine. But let's get the legals out of the way. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand their knowledge in the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves a risk of loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to your financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than their initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see are for education purposes only. Please trade your own trade plan, do your own due diligence. So yesterday we basically had a rotational day. I was on the train in the morning, so I wasn't trading, but we had a lot of fun in the Quantum Leap room as we were playing the train man game. And basically we had a battle around the 1837.75. 1837.75 is the year open, and it is what we are battling above. Currently, we are above it, and I believe we're trading somewhere in around the 1850 area. So the bulls have won that battle. Above us, we have the 1864.50, which is the month open, and the microcomposite VPOC for that balance area that we're in. That is a key number above us. We're right around that 1850.50, which is a key CHVN, and then just above us 61.50, and of course we have the all-time high and the new high that was put in at 1892.50. So we're currently in a bull session or a bull year so far. Taking a look at yesterday, we did have a week open. We opened at 1840, had a Globex high of 43.50 and a Globex low of 33.25, and then we opened out just inside the range at 1837, just under the year open. And we talked about the fact that our number, we had a 7-point swing on the open yesterday, which is right there. Our open was 42.50 opening swing high and 35.50 opening swing low, with that 33.25 as the overnight low. And we were talking about that. It was going to show us a rotational day. Boy, did we ever rotate yesterday. So I'm just taking a sip of my tea here. Looking at the intraday numbers, we had a 1230 number that was higher, 48. We had a RTH high at 49, RTH low at 30.75, and then we closed at 44.75, and our VPOC shifted near the end of the day at 1845.75. So very rotational. Our 20-day ATRs are running right now on the RTH 18.5, just under 21 on the full session. You can see we continue to expand our range as they battle out the zone. And then we have a Globex range of just under or just over 9.75. Volume was heavy yesterday. We had just over 1.5 in the RTH, and actually it was heavy in the RTH session. It really wasn't heavy overall, because we only had 1.8. Taking a look at the news today. Again, I'm doing this on the fly this morning because I am running a little bit late. So today we have wholesale inventories, we have crude, and we have 10-year bond, and then we have the FOMC minutes coming out at 1 o'clock. So that's the big news at 1 o'clock. Peter, I'm going to have to give you this as soon as I'm done. And I did want to take a look at the COT report because we didn't have homework session for the last 2 days. So you can see that, we talked about this last week, that the small spec moved down just barely above the zero line. So they are net long. You can see that large spec now has come up and gotten net positive, but commercial has remained net negative. And of course the market is going higher. I think this is going to be our blow off top right here personally, but that's my own personal opinion. Let's go over to the macro to the micro, take a look at the trends here. And that is not what I wanted. Sorry about this, just getting set up here. All right, so on the monthly, you can see that the trend is still very much intact. We've got good slope and separation on the 9 EMA and the 20 SMA. Created a little bit of a tech gap right now on the monthly, but nothing to be concerned about. A close of the tech gap is going to bring us down to that 1780 area. We've been talking about that for many months, that 1781.50, which has been adjusted down to, I think, 1774 area, but we'll take a look at that on the composite. But we got a little bit of weakness coming in. We've come down to near the open of the prior month, and of course at 1837.75, which is the all-important year open. And but we have not violated the overall trend at all. On the weekly, we came down again. Showed weakness last week, and we come down almost down to the 20 SMA on the weekly. Then we pop back up, and we are trading above the 9 EMA. I think this is a key level for us right here at this 1846 area, 45.25 we talked about yesterday. If we get below that, I think we're going to come down and test the 1825.50, which is that key CHVN in the triple distribution zone that we're going to look at. Going down to the daily, we have created a little bit of a tech gap with that move down on Monday, and then Tuesday we've moved up, and we're moving up again overnight, and we're coming up, and to close the tech gap is going to be up in that 1856 area. I think it's going to be 1855.25. That's my key CHVN above us. Going over to the geometric chart, you can see, let me just get rid of this. Hold on a second. I added another downward sloping fork. I got rid of the long-term fork. We just violated it too many times. So right now there is 3 forks on the chart. There's the upward sloping fork that we added a couple months ago. There's the opposing downward sloping fork, and then I added another downward opposing fork. We came down and tested the center line of this new fork that I added, bounced off of it, and we're coming up to test the upper line of the downward sloping long-term fork. Will bring us up into that 1862, 1863. The key level we're all looking at, of course, is that 1864.50. We have an energy point coming down here, but I don't think it's going to come into play anytime soon. And then we've got an interesting one here at the 1841 area that won't be due. Why is that not giving me a day? Till the May 8th area. So likely going to see a lot of chop in this area coming into this this time frame here. So let's go and take a look at the intraday coming into the RTH session. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. You see that we've been coming down here. We created a couple tech gaps. We have a tech gap here, closed it right here, had another tech gap and closed it right here, and now we're coming up and we're currently trading above the 9 and the 20 coming into the RTH session. So kind of muted, solid consolidation on the 4 hour. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. 30-minute shows a little bit different story. We've created this tech gap, came down and closed it, creating another one right now. So we are currently trading at 1850.50 area, right around that CHEN, and to come down and close that tech gap is going to bring us down into the 1848, 1849 area. I would anticipate a possible pullback coming into the open. Let's just take a look at 5 minutes, see if that corresponds with the 30-minute. It does. You can see here's the tech gap on the 5 minute coming down, and if we close the tech gap, it's going to bring us into the 1849 area. But the trend is looking strong coming into the morning. We have good slope, good separation. So look for a move down to close the tech gap, and then a possible bounce and a move up. And I am anticipating a test of 1855.25 this morning coming into the open. Let's take a look at the composite, see where we are. Of course, we're back inside. We're back inside this balance zone right here, the microcomposite that runs from the February 21st through to the breakout that we had last week. And I'm going to lose my voice. And of course, we went up and made that new high, and we equalized all the highs we were talking about last week, and then we fell off sharply, gap down. We have this gap zone up here in the 1855.25, and this is basically my target above. It's this 1855.25. Just above us, we have the VPOC, which is actually shifted from 1864.50 to 1865. I'm going to do a download because I didn't have time to do a download, so I'm not sure if that is a true shift. But basically, the number above us is 1864.50. Excuse me for 1 second. Of course, the key line in the sand is going to be that 1846 area, the CLVM below us at 1845.75. Yesterday it was 1846.75. I really do have to do a download to make sure this is all correct. But basically, the 1845.25 to 1846.75 is the area that you want to be looking at as the line in the sand. If we get below that, look for rotation back down into that 1842 area, 1841.75 microcomposite. And then with the key line, which is the line that we traded above yesterday during that that big range swing, we were talking about the 1839 and 1835.50, which was the no trade zone below the 35.50. We wanted to get short into that 34.50, which is now looks like it's shifted down to 35.25. We have this triple distribution down here that we want to take a look at. So below 39, you want to look at 35.25, 29.50, and the 25.25. This is that triple distribution. I thought we were going to come down and test this 29.50 and get stuck down here, but boy, they stepped in at that 1830. was the low yesterday? 1830.75, and rotated us back up through the 39, and basically we chopped around in around that 41 to 45 area, during most of the afternoon. So let's take a look and look at our Globex numbers. Start moving our levels over to our chart. So we got a pretty tight range overnight. We got a low at 43.75, and if anybody's been around the homework session, that 43.50 was a key area. It was when we were running those two different microcomposites, that 43.50 was the microcomposite low that we were looking at. So we got an overnight low at 43.50. I'm sorry, 43.75. Of course, it doesn't want to give it to me. Come on. There we go. And we have an overnight high at 51.25. And of course, we're trading just below that right now at 1850. So we've still got 25 minutes or so that we can go out and make a new high in the Globex. But right now, we have to put it in. And of course, our overnight Globex VPOC, which is not going to change, is going to be at 1845. And that's just below our yesterday Globex at, yesterday VPOC at 45.75. So here's what we got. We've got a range high from yesterday at 49. We've got a value area high at 47.50. It is 47.50 right now. I'm sorry, 47 and a quarter. And then we've got a naked close below us at 44.75. And then we've got these two VPOCs, the overnight VPOC at 45 and the naked VPOC at 45.75. But if we open right now, we're going to open out of range and out of value. So the first thing, always, you got to look for initiative buyer stepping in with a open option out of range and open option out of value. And if they step in and we do not see a rotation on the open, you're going to be looking at a move up. And the first target and the trade area above us is at that 1855 and a quarter. Let me just get rid of this because we don't need this, and we'll expand. Just so you can see this. All right. So you've got the 1855 and a quarter just above. So you have to look for a initiative move up into this 55 to test the CLVN, which is this 55 and a quarter CLVN right here. But I would think that we're more likely to come down and test the range high at 49, come down and test the value area high at 47.50. So 47.50 would be an area below us right now that I'd be looking to do business. I wouldn't look at the 49 simply because we're going to be chopping in the open, and we want to see if we come down and get and test the value area. So between 55 and a quarter and 47.50, I'd be very reluctant to try to find a trade in here unless you see an open drive and initiative buyer stepping in, and we just go up and take out that overnight high at currently at 51 and a quarter if it's not expanded before we open, and a test of the 55 and a quarter. Above 55 and a quarter, if we break above that, then everything shifts to take out the naked VPOC at 59 and a quarter and the naked close at 60.75, and just above us will be our main target, which is 61.50. And then, of course, the big area above us is at 64.50. Again, I have to check to see if it's shifted now to 65, but 64.50 is what we've been watching for a pretty long time right here, with the other side of balance being up at 66.50. And above that, we've got the 69.50. And the other side of that is 71. It's now shifted to 71.75. But if we come down and we get below 47, sell, sell, sell into this naked VPOC and naked close. You get the naked close at 44.75, overnight VPOC at 45, and the yesterday's VPOC at 45.75. Key area. So if we come down and test this and bounce, wait for the breakout of 49 and then get long into this 50. It's really 50.75, 50. No, it's shifted down to 49. I gotta do a download here, but I don't want to take up our time. It's really 50.50 that I'm looking at above us, but 51.75 with the other side of balance being this 52. But don't get long until we get back above 49. So wait for the test of 47.25, and then wait to get long and get long above 49 into these key areas of 50.75 and 52. But if we get below this 47.50, get short into the naked VPOC and all these areas below us at 45, and then look for a continuation down to 43. And if we break the 43, really the move is down into 41.75, which is where the VWAP ended up last week. And then you've got the value area low at 39, and that is going to be an area that I would look for responsive buyers to step in and hold us inside of value at 39. Below 39, you've got 35.50, which was the opening swing low yesterday, which would be the immediate target below us. Of course, you got 37.75, which is the year open, but it's really 35.50 that I'd be looking at. And then you've got these three areas that I keep talking about that is still undetermined fair value at 35.25, 29.50, and 25.50. If we get back down here, I think we're going to get stuck in this wick here, and we're going to chop around in this triple distribution zone between these three levels. So the key areas below us and the targets are going to be the 34.50. I know it says 35, but 34.50 is what I'm looking at. 29.50, which is just below the range from yesterday, and 25.50. I'm sorry, 25.25. And the other side of balance, and the big number below us right now, which is this 21.25 CLVN. So, and I don't think that we're going to get down here, but that is the area that I'd be looking for them to come down and chop around between these three target zones. So my main hypothesis is look for a rotation down to test the value area high. If they bounce off the value high and they break back above 49, get long into 55 and move up to 61.50 and 64.50. If they get back inside of value and they break below, get short into 45 with the move down to 43 and a test of the value area low and that key number that we were looking at yesterday at 39. I mean, that's about it. It's really going to be defined in here, right in that 47.50 area on whether or not we hold and move our rotation higher to test the 55 level and possibly come up into that microcomposite VPOC area, or we see continued weakness and we come and chop down in this area lower between 34 and 25 and a quarter. If we break that value area low at 39. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's take a quick look at what that looks like on the Keltner. So currently right now, a test of the upper Keltner line will give us a 52, 53 area. We are trading in the upper channel of the Keltner. A test of the center line of the Keltner is going to bring us down. By the time we get there, it's going to be in that 45, 75 and take out that naked VPOC. And then if we break below the lower Keltner line, it's going to bring us down to the 1841 area by the time we get there. So that's what that looks like. That's all I've got. I'm not going to take a look at gold or do gold this morning because I'm running late. Howard, do you have anything for us this morning?
No, I think we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Okay. That will conclude our morning homework session and trade plan setup for Wednesday, April the 9th, 2014. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.